Hello and welcome, Vault Dwellers, to the Daily Ops Show, a show about the things we love and hate about post-apocalyptic Appalachia. With various topics and nonsense to cover about Fallout 76, here's our host, Dub Beetham.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Daily Ops Show. I'm your host, Keith DeBeatham. Joining us tonight, two recurring guests on the show. First, Dagger. Come on in, Dagger.
What's going on, everybody?
Looking snazzy, sir. Boom! Nice. That's a good one. And also joining us tonight, Stony Baloney. Come on in, Phony Baloney.
Yo, what's going on?
Stony.
Oh, man. I don't like to make fun of anybody's headgear, but you got a real advisor vibe going tonight.
Appreciate that.
Oh.
Try to look good.
That's right. Could have wiped off a little bit. You're a little muddy.
Fresh off the streets.
That's right. Working hard, man. Working hard. All right, so we wanted to talk tonight about how to maximize your Fallout First trial whenever they give away these little, usually 3-day Fallout First, how to fill your stash box up. There are a couple things that I had in mind, but let's start with you, Dag. Off the top of your head, a couple of things that you would suggest for people coming in with getting the Fallout First trial, trying to fill up their stash box.
Ammo stuff. Anything that makes ammo, steel, lead, stuff to make gunpowder, acid, cloth, ultracite if you're going to be making ultracite ammo, flux, farm the queen, farm Earl, much as possible. I mean, those main things, stack them in there so you have them for when the thing runs out.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good call out. The boss fights will get you a lot of the rare materials, and those materials are heavy too. Stoney, how about you? What thoughts do you have?
Just for basic materials in general, run through West Tech, kill all super mutants, take their weapons, scrap those. Grind out all the events, like Line in the Sand. All those Scorched have weapons you can scrap. Lots of steel and wood.
Yep, rubber too.
Just kill everything that has a weapon. Lots of scrap from that. Use the perk card scrapper. You're good to go.
Yeah, that's a good call out. Yeah. So what about well, let's keep talking about the events because I had a couple that I was thinking of.
All right.
Guided Med, Monster Mash, Rad Rumble, and like you said, Line in the Sand. Monster Mash and Rad Rumble, you're going to get like a lot of like off-brand, I don't want to say off-brand, rare materials like silvers and golds and things like that from the enemies, right? Guided the same because it's all ghouls, so you get random stuff. Line in the Sand, it'll be from the weapons, the steel and the wood. Do you guys have any thoughts you want to add to that? Any other events that you get good hauls from?
I mean, depending on how. I mean, I don't necessarily do it, but you could do that breach and clear if you're going to do a lot of ores. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people do. And you can make a lot of stuff out of ore if you have the acid. And so, I mean, I guess breach and clear, that's all getting materials. Oh, and what's the one? Help me out, Dab. The one that with the coins. Yes. Load bearing. I mean, you get scrap. You don't get ore, you get scrap from that. You get 100 coins, and it's actually worth doing because you get a good haul of stuff to put in your box.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it's kind of popular right now, so now's a good time to do it. Did you have any other events that you could think of, Stoney, that were good hauls for junk?
Not that I can think of. We covered most of the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Where you come away with a lot.
Yeah. The other thing that I just wanted to touch on real briefly before we get into the next kind of mini topic for this episode is the scoreboard, right? While you have a Fallout First subscription, make sure you're picking up those bonus items on the scoreboard.
All the supply packages.
Yeah, right, and modules and cores and whatever else you can unlock depends on the scoreboard, but make sure you're grabbing that too. That's an easy thing to overlook.
Oh, the little extra things on the
scoreboard,
mm-hmm. on the side, yeah, for Fallout First members, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, another good point would be when you do get it, make sure you go to your stash and say, hey, I don't need to carry this stuff in here. Let me move it over before you forget.
Yeah.
And get that stuff out of there and be specific, not to take out items that are rare that you've collected that are, in the junk area, maybe teddy bears or things. You don't want to accidentally grab all of them and throw them in your Fallout first, because that thing will chew every bit of junk up. It turns it into raw materials. You
Yep.
can't put like teddy bears or collectibles in it.
And take advantage of your scrap boxes too. Your scrap kits, rather. If
Right.
you're going to use them now. Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on was which junkyards or which workshops do you guys think are the best? We've been playing some footage. All of our B-roll for today's episode is workshops that I thought were high-value workshops. What do you guys have? What do you guys think of when you're trying to get resources saved up? Which workshops do you take?
Hemlock holes.
Hemlock
Definitely
holes.
hemlock holes.
Acid.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
for
and
sure.
Stoney always.
You guys are fighting over it all the time.
Yeah.
it's-
Yep. So
Yeah,
you
the
get
acid, like he said.
3 acid extractors. So and it's what, 30 acid every half hour, something like that.
Something like that.
Which is like no
Pretty
time.
good.
That's no time. You go do 2 events, you come back, you pull it out. That's nothing.
An overlooked one is Berkeley Springs. It's got a lead extractor there. Not too bad.
Mhm.
Lead and aluminum.
Hey, that's all right. It's aluminum ore though, right? You get ore for aluminum.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you have to melt. So you have to acid it back down.
That's
Is
true.
it ore?
Yeah, I think aluminum is ore. Pretty
I
sure.
Oh man, we were probably all wrong, and it
Yeah.
not. But I feel like I don't feel like there's any extractors that. Well, I guess so. Yeah. But
I mean, I
aluminum's
could be
rare.
wrong. Yeah, aluminum
You
is
burn
rare.
that up fixing guns and stuff and power armor and armor all the time. So even with Fallout First now for some time, aluminum is definitely one of the aluminum and lead are two things that I struggle to keep in my Fallout First box, let alone when I don't have it, trying to hold on to it. It's going to be difficult. So I imagine if, certain things that you can't get, like, yeah, you can harvest steel and you could probably get like 30K in a couple of days with it if you really grind it out. But are
What
you
are
going to
gonna
need,
do with it?
right, is it going to sit in there? Great. You don't have to get any more, but now you still got to go get lead and aluminum and things like that. I would focus more on those, I was going to say ingredients, but
Yeah, it's
junk
close
things.
enough. Yeah. The other two that I wanted to highlight, hemlock hole's obvious, a big one for acid. The Charleston junkyard, just amazing. 3 junk extractors and a steel extractor. Like you're gonna
That's
get,
very good.
yeah, you're gonna get your money's worth. Don't forget to put up your collectrons in your workshops too, guys. That's
Oh,
gonna get
yeah.
you that much extra scrap. And the other one that I think is pretty good, might be a little overlooked, is Bog Town. It has 3 concrete extractors, which you always need. It has that hidden room that's full of typewriters and phones and all kinds of stuff. That's all kinds of great scrap. And it's got an acid extractor. So you really can get quite a lot out of Bog Town.
Oh yeah,
For
concrete. That's
Yeah,
another good
Because
point on rare.
running out of material for foundations really sucks.
Yeah.
You know anything about that, Tagger?
Yeah, whenever I forget to put the contractor perk on and build.
Yep. Well, what about you guys have any other thoughts for workshops or any other thoughts at all regarding how to fill out your stash box? Or any other benefits to a trial that you want to
Oh, the tent. I mean, if you get the Fallout First, you got a tent. Make sure you, I guess, at the end of it all, put it somewhere useful for yourself. At least make it a fast travel point or somewhere that a train station that you like to go to often. Does it?
Pretty
Well,
sure
it used to be. Oh, okay. All right, we'll use that as remember you have it. I guess.
Oh, Stony, weren't you saying blueprint your stash box so you can place it again later?
I have
Oh,
heard
yeah.
you can do that. I've not done it. I'm not sure how you do it, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, because I mean,
So
even
you
if
can
even
Put
pull
it in the
down.
comments below if anybody tries that and knows. If write it down there.
right, because even if you have to attach it to a foundation, right, then you just place that blueprint with the foundation in the stash box and just move the stash box out in build mode. It's fine.
But I'm not sure how handy that would be because you couldn't put anything into it.
Well, you know that it's
Well, I mean,
helpful for other
it's
players
nice for other
and
players, and you can check your amounts,
see how much you have in there. Right.
That's
Exactly.
true. That's true.
which I don't think you can do without that.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
Well, any last thoughts before we wrap up, fellas?
I don't have any more thoughts in my brain.
All out of thoughts?
No, just do all the events, grind out events, pick up everything you see, and scrap it while you have a box that's infinite.
Yeah. Get your hustle on, right?
Yeah, just fill it up, then you can live off of that for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you got a lot of caps, buy bulk before the end of the
yeah.
like
Get yourself a
bulk
little
lead
ballistic fiber too. You always end up
and
needing
ballistic
that.
fiber. Yeah, those rare, again, those ones that you struggle to keep all the time. Buy the bulk items at White Springs and hit all the vendors. Right before it's all over, the last day, you got an hour left with that thing. Go spend all your caps because you can get those caps back no problem without follow-up first, and put that stuff in your stash and make sure that you scrap the bulk because bulk doesn't break down on its own. You know,
Right. Yeah.
you gotta select it.
Yep. Well, cool. All right. Well, thanks, fellas. I think that pretty much covers all the things that I wanted to hit on. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
All right, later, man. Thanks for
Later.
having us. Thanks once again for tuning into our broadcast. If you enjoyed our show, please give us a good old-fashioned Vault Boy thumbs up by hitting that like button. If you really enjoyed the show, please subscribe. If you'd like to meet the cast, visit our Discord, link in the doobly-doo below. Please leave your questions, comments, concerns, and emotional outbursts in the comments section. Please join us next week for another radioactive episode of the Daily Ops Show. Stay safe out there, Wastelanders.